Hello, ladypreneurs. How are you? Wait a minute, let me fix the screen here. How are you? So who do we have here today? Let's see. We have the lovely Natina. We have JoThe Giant is here. We have Annette. We're just waiting on a few others. Annette, if you would be so kind to post and let everyone know that we're on tonight. So that we can share. So ladies, I hate my new, I'm getting another laptop because I don't like the way the screen actually looks. So let me post in the group real quick, ladies, that we are on. Just a second. Let me see. Get your laptop. Okay. Now, hi, Joe. We have another Joe here. Okay, so let's get started. It is 8:02. We do give that grace period. My name is Natasha Lee Maxwell, and I am the CEO of Make Your Dreams Come True Corporation and founder of Handpicked Ladypreneurs, where we celebrate success, empower one another, and help one another grow our businesses. So tonight you're in for an amazing treat. Our topic is execute your purpose. So we have the lovely JoThe Giant on with us to to tell us exactly how to execute our purpose. So this is going to be pretty amazing, I must say. I'm excited to be here with you. You guys know I'm always talking about walking in purpose, right? And how we need to stop creating and start executing, right? And so sometimes we automatically think that because we did this soul searching and we found out exactly what our purpose is, that that's just enough. Or we feel like that because we've done mediocre things within our purpose, that that's just enough. I touched my purpose. But what we want to do is fully execute our purpose. So we're really living in it, walking in it, okay? I'm super proud of each of you for actually joining us today, because it just shows how much you're into your business and succeeding in it. But as women, we talked about this a little bit in the Handpicked Ladypreneur group. As women, we're emotional, so we try not to operate our businesses emotionally. And I think it's so important that we learn how to do that. And a part of that is learning how to execute our business properly. Someone told me that we were, and this is a little bit off subject, but you guys know me now, and this is what I do. Get off topic. So you literally, so anyway, someone told me that women, we operate 60% off emotion and 40% off logical. And in business, I want us to operate 60% logical and 40% 40% emotional, because we need those emotions, you know what I'm saying, in order to really help another person's business grow. So in the beginning here, we just had a couple minutes where we're waiting for everyone else to join us. But go ahead and type in the chat box before we bring Jo on. Any questions that you have that may be returning to your business. So I'll wait. And let me check the live chat. Okay. So I'll definitely wait for you to get those questions in while I plug myself in. Does anybody have any questions before we bring Jo on? And we're just waiting for a second for the rest of our callers, rest of our ladypreneurs to join us, because they're usually never this late. Let's see here. Okay, in just a second. It's going dead here. Where's yours?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well, you're not going to be able to view it here. One moment, ladies. I'm sorry. I'm having a technical issue here. Technical issue. I'm back. Can you guys see me? Okay. So, hi, Courtney. Welcome. I'm a writer for a wholesome family reading. How can I reach to more than standard social network without going bankrupt paying for ads? So that's a really good question, Jo. So what I think the best way to sell your items on social media, especially Facebook and Instagram now has groups, is to network within groups. That's the best way. However, I do think that it doesn't cost a lot of money to run ads. You can post on your personal page and just add a couple dollars to boost the post so that more people are able to see it. But I would personally jump in some family groups, mother and daughter groups, prayer groups, whatever the case may be, to introduce your books to them. So I think that group marketing would be awesome. Hey, Diane. How are you? So we're going to bring Jo on so that we can learn how to execute our purpose and introduce this powerhouse. And I'm so sorry for earlier, guys. I'm having some sort of technical groups. Yeah, family groups, Jo. That's really the place for you to be without actually having to pay. But no, without you paying, Jo, you're going to do more work. You do know that, right? Because advertising in groups takes time. So you want to set a time of an hour away or an hour or 30 minutes a day just being in groups. And notice that groups don't just like for you to just jump in and start posting. They want you to kind of get familiar with the group, familiar with the people before you jump in and start, selling your services. I've jumped in a couple groups where I knew that people needed my services, and I jumped in with strong content, and I've gotten kicked out of groups so many times for just jumping in and going straight for the gusto instead of them, getting ready, getting used to who I am and what I'm offering, and let them know that I'm not actually a threat. So, make sure you're interacting in the group before you start actually selling. But it doesn't mean that you have to wait weeks or months, even just a couple of days to get around to know everyone. Maybe send the admin a quick post to introduce yourself personally so that they'll feel good about allowing you to network within their group. A lot of time we're afraid of competition. So if you jump in there and you and the admin have some things in common, whether they might be a writer, they might be selling something in the same spectrum as you are, and they might feel uncomfortable about it. So number one, get to know the admin. Number two, familiarize yourself with the group and get acclimated with the members. So that is my advice, Jo. Thank you for your question. Okay, so let me bring Jo on here. Let's get started. Here we go. So I'm super excited. She's also from Detroit, Michigan. And hey, Lisa. Hey, Jo. So we have the lovely Jo Thurmond with us today.
Hi, ladies.
So, Jo, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, I am Jo Thurmond. I'm a transformation coach. I work with people who struggle with belief. So what I do is I coach people through an entire transformation process, helping them to become who they were created to be. And that starts with first discovering your purpose.
Awesome. So listen, are you, I don't know, can everyone hear Jo fine? I'm hearing some echo. Just checking with them. It could be my system. So let's just see. No? Okay.
Now you can hear me?
You're like, it sounds like you're under the water.
What?
Okay. Yeah, static. Yeah, static under the water. Yeah. So just check it for a second.
You might have to come in from my phone. Let's see. I'll be right back. I'm grabbing my other computer.
Okay, no problem. So while we're waiting, hello, Lisa. Let's see who we have. We have the lovely Lisa here, Courtney, Nakina, Annette, Jo, and Diane. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. So what we're talking about is executing purpose, and Jo is just grabbing her computer. She is a transition coach. I'm super excited to have her. So I want to give you guys just a few of the few tips while we do this, right? Okay, so anyway, so a huge part of executing our purpose is organization. How many of us are organized? Okay, so it's important for us to, it plays a huge part. It's actually one of the 9 traits that you need to have in order to execute your mission. So, can you guys still hear me? It's crazy. Let's see. Hello? Okay. You guys can hear me? Okay, great. So I'm just going to read this for my notes, ladies, okay? A huge part of being able to execute is being organized. You must be able to arrange and organize tasks and variables so all pieces fit together productively and successfully. What this means is that to build an empire, you must be organized at your foundation with processes and procedures that make your business run well from the ground up. As your business grows, you will have to update, upgrade, and get rid of some foundational procedures to continue succeeding at the top. The little things count when it comes to execution. Any part of your business that doesn't have a structure has the potential to wreak havoc. For that reason, you must have the ability to oversee the constant balance of working of your business and what aspects are in need of procedural upgrades to guarantee successful execution, right? So these are my notes. But what I want to say is the importance of being organized. Out of that, what I want to say, thank you, Diane. And exactly, Courtney, you're trying your best to work on planners and cell phone calendars are working with me. We just remember to put it on there. That is so true. So I've been trying to live by my Google Calendar, and it's important because it's actually synced to my book online app on my website. So actually, a couple of weeks ago, my schedule was completely chaotic because I didn't have the two synced properly. And because of that, I absolutely had no idea about the amount of consultations that I had, whether or not I was going here or there. So it's important for us to use planners and calendars, being organized. One of the key points that I have that I see there is that, and Joe, if you're here, just type in that you're back. But one of the very important tips that I just read to you guys was the fact that we're going to have to go back to, in the organizational process, we're going to get rid of some things that just isn't healthy for our business. Because not being organized in our business can allow us to wreak havoc. We don't want to be completely stressed out in business. And a part of that reason for us not being able to execute our purpose properly within business is the fact that we are not organized. So Courtney touched on Google Calendar. All of us have cell phones that we use every single day. So let's remember to schedule. And some of you may not have this problem. And honestly, I didn't have the problem for a really long time, but I updated my website and forgot to sync it. That's not being organized. So I have to be organized about everything I do in order to run the corporation that I have and for any business to learn. Nakina says that she learned a hard lesson that she needed to use her cell phone calendar. Oh, you know what? That's really smart. So did you have a backup, Nakina? She's saying that she had a hard lesson when her cell phone died and she didn't have her calendar anymore. I know, right, Diane? So we see the benefit of using both old school and new school, right? So I live by my phone, but honestly, I'm always on my phone, so the battery is always about to die. So getting a backup planner for 2017 is something we definitely want to consider. So I'm going to bring Joe back on. But I do have some other traits, and I'm going to post them. But for the sake of time, I want you guys to thoroughly enjoy what Joe has to deliver to us tonight. But I am going to touch on the 9 traits of executing your mission. Okay, guys? And I'm going to post them in the chat or in the Handpicked Ladypreneur group. So let me get Joe back in the seat. Just a second. And to everyone who's just joining us, we are the Handpicked Ladypreneurs. Hey, Kim, I'm happy to see you. So just a second. Okay, so let me invite Joe back here. We are the Handpicked Ladypreneurs, and we are an online Facebook women in business support community. We celebrate small wins and big wins together. We support one another's businesses, and we grow together. So tonight we're here talking about executing your purpose with the lovely JoThe Giant, and we're just waiting for her screen to come in. Here we go. Hey. Yes.
Can you hear me better?
So there's a little delay. However, it'll get better. So Joe, go ahead and reintroduce yourself to us.
Okay.
Tell us what you do and why you do it.
Okay, all right. I am JoThe Giant. I am a transformation coach and an empowerment speaker. I do what
One
I do
second.
because I love it. I am
No,
so
it's not. Log off and
what?
back in one more time.
Okay.
One more. Yeah, just I'm gonna kick you out and put you back in the seat.
Me?
Okay. You ladies, entrepreneurs know what it's like on Mondays night sometimes. Last week we were good, right? This week they want to give us problems. So let's try this one more time. Hey guys, I woke up and didn't feel bad that it was Monday, by the way. I thought I might share that because we always have the Monday blues, but I didn't have the Monday blues. Lisa, I want to say since I've been drinking a lot of water now, I've been feeling a lot better. Okay, Jo, you're back. Say something. Yes, yes, it's better. Okay, let's try this one more time.
Is it
Go
better? It is? Good. All right, third time's a charm. I am a transformation coach and an empowerment speaker. I help people to transform their lives through first renewing their mind. I believe that the first step to transformation is mind renewal and purpose discovery. So that's what I do. I do it because I am tired of seeing people live mediocre lives. You were created to be great,
so
and I want to help you and push you to be that great person
and so
you were
we
created.
definitely, I'm giving you the floor for you to give us what we need in order to execute the purpose. Why do you feel like it's important for us to live our purpose? And that's the only question I have for you. And then you can just go from there.
Well, first, okay, first of all, I believe that everybody was created with a purpose. Your purpose is not what you do, your purpose is who you are. And I believe that if everybody is effectively serving and operating in their purpose, then the world will be a much better place. I think that a lot of us are used to the cycle of living. That's, the go to school, get good grades, graduate, go to college, get a job, and nobody's really into creating their own lane or actually living the life that they were created to live. And I feel like if we follow that worn out path of just following, in tradition, then we're in essence living the life of someone else, because that's not what we want to do. We're just doing it because we were taught to do it. So I am all about helping people. I'm all about helping people to figure out what lane they should operate in. And if there is no lane, let's create one. And, that's just my mission. That's my purpose in life, to help people discover theirs. Our gifts and purpose is the same. No, you can absolutely be talented at something and it not be what you were created to do. For instance, I absolutely love to read, but I was not created to read books all day. That's not what I'm here for. A table, it was created for us, and we can, while it has many uses, we can sit on it, we can draw on it, we can stand on it, but that is not what it was created to do. So you can have a gift, but it not be what you were created for.
So she said yes, it does answer her question. So what is it that you want to do? What do you want us to walk away with in reference to our topic today?
Great. Life is all about living for me. I'm so tired of seeing people just existing, right? A lot of times we are just going through the motions, and I want people to really grab a hold of life. Your purpose is life. That is the reason that you are breathing. And I need people to understand that if you are not living in your purpose, you are causing someone else to die. They need the breath that you're going to bring. They need the breath that you give when you're operating in what you are called to do. So if you leave with nothing else, leave with knowing that you have to uncover who it is that you were created to be, because
Oh,
there's
that's so
somebody
powerful. So
depending on you to get what
honestly,
to get in position.
when
the
you don't
position
live
that
your
you're
purpose,
supposed
it is exactly like I totally agree with you in the sense that when you're not living, not just when you're not living your purpose, you're just not causing someone else to die, but you're really causing yourself to become non-existent. You're just wallowing away because you're not doing the things that you want to do or that you need to do. Like I wake up, I eat, sleep, and dream making other people business dreams come into reality. Like I'm always something I'm always thinking about, or how I can help somebody else's life. How can I bring enrichment, right? I never get tired of it. And
Yeah.
I remember just wanted to kind of coast away and just get the money. And because I started becoming this person who was just interested in getting the money, I completely started hating what I was doing. It was no longer a tie to me personally. And I had to readjust myself to say, it's not about the money, it's about the purpose. And when I started living for purpose, it's not about the money anymore, because it's so much happiness that you get from doing what you love to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. I personally believe that when you're operating in purpose, the profit will come. You do not chase dollars. The dollars are going to come. They're going to come looking for you. People are going to come running, throwing money at you because you're in your lane. You're doing what you were created for. I mean, nobody can do it like you. I also believe that there is no competition in purpose. So I don't care how many coaches you run into. I don't care how many other people there are that are doing what it is you do. There is nobody like you. So give people you. People want you. That's what they're going to connect to. And that's what they'll pay the money for. They pay for you. Yes, that you help them with their service, but there are tons of people that can help them. So really, the only reason people so into you is because of the
my point that I drive
have
home every week is that people don't do business with companies. They do business with people. So if you're not relatable, if you can't build a relationship, if you can't connect to your purpose, then no one else will. So you can't expect someone to see something in you that you don't even see in yourself, or you don't allude to the world. You have to be the walking purpose. So I love it. So Diane asks, how do you discover your purpose or write your purpose and write your purpose into reality?
Okay, well, I have a self-discovery, purpose discovery session that I offer. And the first thing that we do, because I cannot tell you your purpose, that's something that you have to discover, but I can give you some keys to help you unlock it, okay? That first thing that you have to do is get an idea of what it is that you love. A lot of times we don't realize that we're actually already operating in our purpose. We just haven't put the label on it of, this is what I was created to do, and this is how I'm going to monetize in it. So you know your purpose. You have one. We just have to uncover what it is, okay? So do you write it down? Yeah, start there. Start with writing down some of the things that you are good at. Start at writing down some of the things that people come to you for. What is it that people seek you out for? What is it that only you can do? When I stumbled across my purpose, I was actually working at a psychiatric hospital. I was a recruiting director, and a lot of the times people came into my office, and my office was the space to clear your head, clear your thoughts, and get got together, okay? Because I am very result driven, so you can only cry so long around me. I love you, here's your tissue, but let's find a plan, okay? So I didn't realize then that I was operating in purpose, even being at, in someone else's job, or in a position in a company that wasn't my own. So write down some of the things that you love to do. Write down some of the people that you serve. Okay. And a lot of times your purpose is tied to that thing that you would do, even if you didn't see the money. I would help people. I would show them the light. I would train. I would help them
awesome.
transform their mind and their thinking, even if I didn't get paid for it.
Because you're already having an ice cream with your purpose, but the sprinkles on top of the ice cream is the money, right? And I do want to say this. So I was just going to ask you, but I think you've answered the question, but I'm just going to just clarify this. So you have multiple things that you're great at, right? And you might think your purpose is to be a part of all of these avenues and to serve in these different areas because you're great at them and you love, let's say, you love painting and you love interior decorating. Well, no, that's not a good one. So let me see. You love interior decorating and you love cooking, for example. Right. And you would do these things all day long. Would you say that they have a purpose in both of these areas, or would you want them to discover more which one really is their purpose? Or can you have two purposes, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
I personally would say dive deeper, okay? I believe I am not a fan of the Jack and Jill of all trades. I am not. You cannot sell me purpose over here and then have your hair weave company over here, but then cook chicken dinners on Friday. Ain't nobody got time for that, okay? To me, the picture is painted that you are all over the place. You don't know what you're doing because you have your hands in everything. Even myself, I believe that it's about discovering and redefining. So trial and error is okay. It's okay. If you find that you love multiple things, keep working at it until you discover which one you truly cannot live without. I started out in wellness coaching, and at the time I started in wellness coaching, I thought that was it. That was my thing. I saw the money rolling in. I saw the residual income. I didn't have to work. The clientele came, and I noticed that at the foundation of all of that was purpose discovery. Was helping people to first transform their thinking, to see that even before the weight started to fall off, they could do it, to believe enough in themselves to actually start. So for me, it was about, finding that underlying thing that connected all of my wellness coaching clients that actually transitioned over into my purpose discovery and transformation coaching clientele. It's the same thing. I work with people who, on the surface, whether they want to lose weight, whether they want to start a business, whether they want to do whatever, the bottom line tone is the same.
They first really stuck out with me again is to reevaluate your purpose. And let's talk about this. Is that, for example, my business support center, we provide so many services. And underneath this one business, we have umbrellas of services that we provide. But I had to find out that just because we have these umbrellas of things that we provide, that my hands does not have to touch each of them. I only want to do what I want to do, that I love in my business, and everything else I'm hiring someone for. But in the beginning, when we're working on our purpose, we feel like we have to touch every aspect of it. And that's not true. Absolutely. That's not how we execute our purpose. We actually set ourselves back when we try to be a part of every aspect of our journey. Our journeys are sometimes meant to be outsourced. And I'm not talking about just about a business, even with our emotional needs. Sometimes we need an outlet. That's why we have so many girlfriends, right? Because we can't keep all these emotions in our mind. We can't keep our journey to ourselves. So we confide in people who we love. We confide in those who we trust, and they help us with that journey. So when we're sitting there and we're just kind of like taking it in, we don't want to share anything like that, we're not helping our own self execute anything. We're actually trapping ourselves. So that's what I think about. Well, just hearing you speak, that's what I thought about. Like with me, how did I really go from 0 to 100 real quick? It's to learn to give it away, Because And so what things are you here to tell ladypreneurs to give away in order for them to reach their goal, to live their mission?
Okay. First of all, I absolutely love what you just said. You can have your business and have an umbrella of other services that fall under it. But what you have to focus on is only the things that you can do. People think I'm crazy because I tell them all the time, when I get my first million, I'm not cooking another meal. For what? I wasn't created to cook a meal. I'm going to have me a personal chef, okay? Chef on staff, on deck, so I can focus on only the things that I can do. That chef ain't going to be able to write a meal, but somebody can make a meal for me and it be good and my kids will be fed. I don't have to do that. There are certain things that only I can devote attention to. So the first thing being in entrepreneurship, you got to know when to delegate. You have to know those tasks that only require you and those things that you can outsource to the other people that are working with you. Everybody is not called to be an entrepreneur. If we don't have intrapreneur, those people that work with us to push our business forward, then we're failing already. Okay, so get you a good support system, get you a good team that's going to work with you to help execute the vision. A lot of times we fail because we don't know our why. Our why is what drives us. Our why is what gets us up in the morning to, start even when we don't see the money rolling immediately into our bank account. Our why is what's going to keep you going forward. When you have your why, you don't have to worry about a how. Your how will come. Your how will come in the form of clients. Your how will come in the form of people who are willing and ready to purchase what it is that you're offering. Your how will come in the form of support. That team, those ride or dies, that tribe that's there to help push forth the vision that it is you want to manifest. So get you a strong why. If your why is not strong enough, you will die every time. You're going to sit there. You're not going to do the work. You're going to roll over in bed.
And that why,
alarm go off,
and that strong why is going to allow you to get up every single time you fail. Because in life, in business, we're going to fail over and over and over again. But if you don't have a solid why, as to get back up, you will lay and waddle in your misery. So while we're talking about this why, because you're giving it to us tonight, tell us, how do we find our why? Because we can say that my why is I want to take care of my kids. Well, you're gonna take care of your kids anyway, so that ain't why. You know what I'm saying? So how do you find your why?
Right. I agree. I would say start with discovering who it is that you're called to. A lot of times we want to help everybody. We just want to help everybody. But the fact of the matter is there are only some people that are going to receive from you. A lot of people tell me, Jo, sometimes you're too harsh. Well, I'm just right for those people that need me. So you when you know who you are called to, executing your why will be seamless. And I see Courtney commented, sometimes your why changes. Absolutely. As you grow, as your company grows, as you develop, your why should develop and grow with you. Like I said, I started in wellness coaching. If I'd have stayed there, I would not see the level of success that I have seen. So many doors have opened up to me because my why transitioned. 2 years ago, my why was wellness. My why was to help people do exactly what I did. I lost over 100 pounds. And my why was to help other women who were struggling, who didn't have that person holding their hand. I wanted to cultivate that environment that was conducive for results in your health. If I didn't have that why driving me, I wouldn't have got up and did the things that I did. Now, fast forward 2 years later, my why is still the same. My why has transitioned. My why has grown larger. Not only do I want to help those women that are struggling, I want to help those people that are just struggling with changing their life, period. Not just a physical transformation, an inward transformation, a mental transformation, a spiritual transformation. Let's transform.
You cannot do anything. Okay, this is a question I have. So a lot of us may have found out what our why was, right? And we have this moment, this aha moment, like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know how to do it. And I'm just going to sit quiet and I'm going to observe everybody else that's doing it, but I'm not going to say anything until I catch on. How do you feel about that? Because I feel like, I'm going to tell you guys how I felt. And by the way, I'm a really frank person. And I had some, this is so funny. So, you know, I was planning an event and I said, this is how much we're charging people to come in. Okay. And this lady, she told me, well, I don't think anyone is going to pay that amount to come and hear you speak, right? I said, well, if they don't want to pay the amount that to come and hear me speak, then that's not my target audience. That's not who I want to attend, period. So she said, well, I'm one of the people who can't pay. I said, well, you're one of the people who's not welcome to attend. And when I tell you that it felt like I was cutting her, but at the same time, don't tell me my worth. I know my worth. Just because you don't see my worth doesn't mean that I don't know what it is. In order for us to show others what our worth is, we have to walk it. So talk about worth. What is your worthiness? In your why, you have to have some sort of worth, some sort of pride, some sort of matter of fact about yourself, right? So what do you feel about that, Jo?
I agree. I see people spend money on craziness. Okay, so don't come to me and tell me that my prices are too high. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I agree. I feel the same way. You have to value yourself and you have to value what you do. Okay. You can go to the store and you can get a whole bag of them red apples for like $1.29. But a Fiji organic apple, one of them boys costs the same price. It's still an apple, but one of them has a higher value attached to it. What do you say about yourself? A lot of times people will not take you seriously and will not make a commitment unless they're putting their dollars behind it. That's how you know when somebody's serious. When I send you that link to pay for these services before you receive them, you invest in yourself. You invest into the next level of growth that you want to experience. So absolutely, know your value, know what you're worth, and don't be afraid to ask for it. This goes to my mind thinking, right? When you are afraid to ask for what you're worth, in essence, what you're saying is you don't believe you're worth it.
So Diana said, don't water down your price. Now listen to this, ladies. Coming straight out the door. When you come straight out the door and you're trying to make your path, right? I definitely let's say watered my price down because I had to create a name for myself. So there's a difference. Not once you have 11 years under the belt and you know what you're worth and you see your results. See, let's not get it confused with, you know, I have to stay in this area where I used to give consultations for $20 and $30. It's $120, $275 now. I don't feel bad about it because I know you working with me is going to get you to where you need to be. So this is my rate. Do not water me down. But in order for for your audience to see this, you have to stand in your conviction. And a lot of times we're so afraid to be successful. I found women in business are afraid to be successful. They're afraid to stand in their purpose because they're so concerned about what someone else is going to think. And that's that 60% emotional that I talked about earlier. At the end of the day, we're too emotional when it comes to our work. We have to be logical when we think about our work. So what do you think, Jo? Am I headed the right way?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I love what you said. Your value, whatever dollar amount you're attaching to your product or service, it has to be proof behind it, right? What are you producing? I put up a status on my Facebook. If it's not growing, if it's not producing, it's dead. So don't come to me telling me you charge $500 and you ain't got nobody, no success stories nowhere, right? You got to have something to stand behind what it is you're offering. But Lisa said something that just shifted everything. Cost and value are two completely different things. Lisa, I love that. And that is so true. I was listening to a CD earlier, and the on the CD, a guy was talking about how he saw a painting at one of his friend's house, and he was like, it looked like a kid had painted it, but he didn't think, you know, it was worth any amount of money. But that painting actually was valued at over $100,000, not because it looked good, but because of who the artist was. It was an original Van Gogh. Hello, your value is attached to you. Your value is in you. Your value is in what you are giving. Make sure what you are giving is worth the dollar amount that you attach to it.
Yeah.
It don't have to look like
Exactly.
anything to anybody else. But you
so
still
you gotta
you're
talk up. We ready to live our purpose, right? So tell us. So we have all these terms in coaches. Well, we have so many coaches going around here that just popping out of bags that is giving coaches a bad name, right? It's just oversaturated with just coach this and coach that. So what's the difference between you and every other coach? What's the difference between a life coach and you? What's the difference in yours in working with you than everyone else? Because first of all, we understand that you have the goodness right now. You have us flowing with joy, and especially me. I love to hear you speak. By the way, I want to know what sets you apart. What is your statement? What is your statement piece?
Thank you. Okay, this is how I look at it, because I actually had this conversation with someone earlier. The first thing I think that sets me apart is I am a person that absolutely believes that everybody should be accountable to someone. Okay, so with that being said, I am a coach and I have my own coach. I am not trying to sit up here and tell you how to get your life together, and I'm not making sure that mine is together by myself. Okay, so trust somebody with your process. We were not created, we were not designed to walk through life alone. So even if it's not me, find somebody that's fit for you to work with, that's going to hold your hand and make sure that you are producing, because that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do in your business. You want to produce. Okay. Now, the thing that sets me apart, I don't mind giving out all my big secrets, all my big tips. But here's the thing: anybody can make a cake, but ain't nobody gonna make a cake the way Joe make that cake. Okay? You can have all the ingredients, but unless you have the doses that I use, you won't get the cake that I produce.
Right.
You won't get the cake that I produce. I am very result driven in my coaching, and that is not for everyone. And I understand that because, like I said, I'm not called to everyone. So I am not for you if you are okay with being mediocre. I am not for you if average is good enough. I am not for you if you do not want to make a change. I am for you if you want great.
All right. I love it. So one of the things that I think is really important that we didn't touch on, that I just got to jump back. And if you guys know me, and you do, I jump backwards and forth. But what Joe touched on earlier is investing in yourself, right? And that investment in accountability partner, in a coach, in services for yourself, for self-development, is imperative. At some point, you're going to have to spend dollars to improve yourself. At some point, you're going to have to spend time to improve yourself, and that is an investment. Time, money is an investment, and you have to be able to give it to yourself. I am not going to want to invest in a product and a service of yours if I notice that all you talk about is free. What you can get without any dollars. If only thing that you say every time you open your mouth is, I got this at this price. I got this at free. Listen, all you appear to be to me is free. And so because you don't see value in your stuff and wanting to put into your business, into your stuff, then no one else is going to want to give you that, because they're going to think that you live for free. And that's not what we want to observe. And not only that, we don't want to appear to not have value for ourselves. We invest so much money on the outside of our bodies that we don't even think about our mental status, right? We don't even think about that transition in the mind that Jo helps people to do. And that's important. And we talked to Lisa last week, and I bring Lisa up because she's here, because like I said, I tried to work with Lisa before, and she had, like, I'm telling you, she sent me this cutoff letter, like, girl, you done. We done.
Lisa will get you together. I
you know
love
what?
her.
It didn't make me feel bad. It was like, I like her. Yes, because I fire clients all the time, okay? But it made me say,
absolutely.
It made me evaluate where I wanted to go with my health. And I had to recondition my entire mind. I was just in a place where I could not think really about changing my eating habits or working out or anything that remotely, it was anything that had to do with the inside of my body, because my mind was so messed up. But now, just looking back on things, having a clearer mind, now I'm more focused on the result that I'm trying to achieve, right? And so we have to start with our mind. We have to start with that transition. We have to start with that investment. We have to start with that organization. And we have to start with believing that we can. And so that's why I value you so much, because it doesn't matter how many years of experience that you have in the industry. At the end of the day, we all need somebody. We all need somebody. Yeah. And so it's important for us as women in business to support one another. Take a look at the names that's in this group. Take a look at the people who are speaking to you, who are doing this selfishly, selfishly, I can't even say it, selfishly, tonight, sharing gems with you, because we want you to win. So when we see advertisements strolling across the board, and we see JoThe Giant advertisement up, share it, like it, comment on it, right? Because we need that to grow. When we see Brianna, Tim, Diane, Lisa, Courtney, Nakina, stuff popping up, it takes 30 seconds to say, "Ooh, bam, let me share this," or let me tag somebody naming this that benefit. Or what sale do we have? How can we buy from one another? At the end of the day, we're all going to make it if we support each other. This is not a competition. This is, let's win the race together. Whether I come in 10th place, first place, second place, long as you cross it, I'm with you. So take us home, Jo. Take us home with executing this purpose. Take us home with telling us how we can reach you, and how we can stay engaged with finding out our why and our how and our who and our when.
Well, you can connect with me across all social media platforms at JoThe Giant. To take you home, I just want to leave you with this. Your life will change the minute your thoughts change. You are where you are because of the choices that you've made. Every choice you made started first with a thought. If you want to change your life, you have to first change the way that you think. So I'm JoThe Giant on all social media platforms. Right now, I have 5 spots open. That's it, for more clients this month, and that's it. Like, I'm completely booked, like, for real. Like, so if you want to, right, I am transitioning. I'm really excited about this. I'm transitioning to an online platform. So pretty pretty soon, by the end of this week, all of my coaching services will be offered in an electronic format, so they can be accessible online, which is amazing. But right now, I am still doing one-to-one coaching. So if you need to get in touch with me, send me a message on any social media platform, and I'm not afraid to give out my number. I answer it 24/7 a day, 24/7. I'm always on. So 586-457-7315 is my number if you want to book your purpose discovery session, or just have a consultation with me, because Natasha was absolutely right. Just like Lisa will fire a client, I will as well. The coaching consultation is It is not just for you to discover if I'm a good fit for you. It's for me to find out if you're going to be a good fit for me as well. The one thing we don't want to do is waste each other's time, okay? Because time is money, y'all. And we can't get that time back. So I'm going to put my number in the comment section. If you want to get in touch with me, this is the means to do it. Again, I'm JoThe Giant across all social media platforms. It's funny because I'm only 4'6" in stature. I am seriously a giant in the very essence of my being. So connect with me, stay connected. I look forward to supporting all of you lovely, lovely entrepreneurs.
Awesome. Thank you, Jo. So listen, Jo is now also in our Handpicked Ladypreneur group. I'm sure she's going to be dropping gems in there from time to time. So make sure we support her posts, as well as I am celebrating being in business 10 years on November the 19th. So if any of you guys are in Michigan, Jo is going to be my hostess. All right, she's going to bring us the excitement and the joy at the event, and I'm excited about it. I don't have all the details yet, but it's going to be amazing. I do know that. I'm excited about being in business 10 years, over 10 years now, and meeting her just off the drop of a dime. I'm like, hey, I want to work with you. We're about to work together. And it's just like, I like what you do. And even though, hey, I feel like, you know what, I'm a speaker, but I'm like looking at Jo like, dang, this girl is fire. Okay, so I love everything that you bring to the table. I'm definitely supporting you. Oh, tell us, how long have you been in business so far, Jo?
This is my fourth year. I'm so excited. It's crazy because 4 years ago, I did not believe that I would ever be in business for myself. Like, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I did not have that, power to quit that job. I was making good money. But yes, 4 years.
Yes, that was, you know what? That was the same thing with me. But I started taking that, and we're ending it, ladies. But we're having just this conversation, right, about like not wanting to quit to live your purpose. We didn't even get that in because some of us still have jobs on here that 9 to 5 that's preventing us from wanting to just leave everything and jump into your purpose. And that was me. I was 23 and they was paying me like but I started there at 21 and they were paying me like $6,000 to $8,000 a month. I thought I was a boss, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm quitting. And when I told my family, like, I'm done, about to start my own business, they were like, what? Why you gonna do that? Like, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to live. I want to live and be me. I want to be free. And I made it. And so look at you, 4 years in, you made it. Yeah. And you didn't let a dollar amount stop you from progressing into your purpose. I love it.
No, I was actually thrust into my purpose. For years, I had started working in the healthcare industry. What was I, like 19? I had just had my son. And I escalated quickly up the ladder. I mean, I didn't even have my degree and I was in a management position. I was hiring in the nurses and the MHAs that will, work on the units. I was conducting interviews and implementing processes. I just thought I was like living, okay? You couldn't have told me that wasn't what I was. I was a beast, right? And God had been telling me this is so important. If you do not have a relationship, that what I was talking about earlier, being accountable to someone. Another thing that goes along with that is you have to be connected to the source. If you are not connected to a higher level of just being, oh my God, you'll miss so much. So God had been telling me for years to quit my job. But that money started rolling in and I was getting bonuses and commissions. And when I put the overtime down, they paid me more. I was like, listen, ain't nobody getting no overtime. I didn't listen. And I knew within that I didn't want to be there. I hated actually getting up to go there in the morning while I was good at it and I could do it in my sleep. I didn't feel like I had to get up and go to somebody's office. But I ended up getting into a car accident that left me off of work. And in that time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this whole business thing a try because he worked. What do I gotta lose? And after my 12 weeks of being off of work, I still had to go to therapy to recover from the accident. But by that time, like, I had replaced my income.
Exactly.
It was crazy. It blew my mind. Like, I'm making the same amount of money, good money. Okay, like I just turned 27. This was 4 years ago. I was making good money and replaced my income from my bed, from the therapy office, from my mama's house or wherever I was that day. Please, ain't no turning back.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So you hear that, ladies? If any of you have not let that job go, we're not just thrusting you out there if you don't have a game plan, okay? You definitely need a game plan, but we are encouraging you to live your dream. Okay, so it is 9 o'clock. We are wrapping up on time. If you guys want to continue this conversation, jump in the Handpicked Ladypreneur group and shout it out, go live, like hear your voices. But my name is Natasha Lee Maxwell. I am the CEO of Make Your Dreams Come True Corporation, and we make business dreams into reality. And this is the Handpicked Ladypreneur Show. I am the founder of Handpicked Ladypreneur. Again, we support, we work with one another, we celebrate big and small wins together. And my lovely co-host tonight was JoThe Giant. All her details are in the chat. And you can find us, you can find her not only on JoThe Giant in every platform, but also in the Handpicked Ladypreneur group. So thank you, ladies, for joining us. And we look forward to collaborating with you and working with you, and have a great night. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.
Good night, ladies.